Hi, my name is Ronan McMahon and I'm an international real estate investment scout. Since January 2004, I've been pretty much full-time, boots on the ground, traveling the world in search of the world's greatest opportunities for profit. My first major international scouting trip was in January 2004. My plane landed in Panama City, Panama, and within a week I was hooked on the beat of international real estate, because what I saw then in Panama in 2004 was how great the opportunity for profit is for us if we get in at the ground floor of a fast-growing economy or of a new path of progress event. But my real estate journey didn't begin back on that first international trip in 2004. In fact, I think my most early lessons in finance and investing was kind of tuning in to family and friends and just how they viewed and how they approached investing in real estate. And I think among my earliest lessons in finance and investing was understanding this idea, the beauty and the simplicity of the right real estate investing, that you can buy a property and over a period of time you can have your tenants pay for that property. And the model is just beautiful, and it works. But then when we transpose that to a market and a place with huge upside and those fast-growing economies, then the gains and the benefits can be exponential. And I guess I was extremely lucky to get started in Ireland. So as soon as I left university and started my journey in the corporate world, I started buying rental properties. And there I saw this formula, this beautiful formula of buy a place, get a bank to finance it, and the tenants pay the mortgage. I saw that play out. But then what happened in Ireland, and what I didn't anticipate and really wasn't even imagining could happen, was that the Celtic Tiger took hold. So then when Ireland's Celtic Tiger, married to this simple idea that tenants pay your mortgage, not only did I see rental rates dramatically increase, but also capital values rose up and up and up. And I saw the opportunity that could be created by buying ahead of new infrastructure as Ireland's towns and cities expanded, new roads were built, new communities, new suburbs built. And by buying ahead of that development, I was finding that I was able to invest and double my money in a short matter of 2 or 3 years. So I knew that tuned me in. That gave me the first-hand lesson that that this can be even better, that this can be even stronger and more exciting and faster than just my anticipated model of having tenants pay the mortgage. And then when I took that first international trip in January 2004, I recognized that what was happening in Ireland in the early 2000s, by that time, by 2004, even Ireland was starting to get hot. I realized that when the world is your oyster, there's always somewhere where that set of circumstances are happening, where you can get in on the ground floor of these big transformations, the Ireland of 1998 moment, the Panama of 2004. So when the world is your oyster, there's always somewhere that's clearly and easily identifiable at that cusp. So that trip in 2004 hooked me on the idea of looking beyond my borders, because I realized that what was happening in Ireland was ultimately couldn't go on forever. And that was the moment to start identifying the next place to plant the seeds that would grow into those rapidly appreciating markets. Then roll on 2000 and 2008. I had followed the the opportunity to Northeast Brazil. And 2008 was one of those most surreal and I think pretty schizophrenic moments for me, because I was spending a significant amount of my time in Northeast Brazil, and there the economy was on a tear. The northeast of Brazil was fast playing catch up with the fast growing south of Brazil. You know, we were in the thick of a commodities super cycle. I was investing in pre-construction projects there in Northeast Brazil that were doubling in value before the units were even delivered, and we were able to get in with tiny down payments. So it was just a perfect storm of opportunity. But then friends in North America and contacts and everyone back in Europe, it was miserable. I mean, people were afraid that money wouldn't come out of the ATM machines, and yet here, when you take the global perspective, there's a place with all this opportunity. So back in 2008, you know, I took that opportunity to start sharing my findings with a select group of people. And that's when I founded Real Estate Trend Alert. So more than 13 years on, since that 2008 foundation of Real Estate Trend Alert members, we've been able to find, identify, and act on some of the strongest investment opportunities and trends that the world has seen. You know, I mean, that 2008 to 2010 Northeast Brazil, we were on a tear. By the time that market started overheating and it was time to move on and look for the next place and you know, take some profits, crisis opportunities were popping up in Europe. So then soon we had the opportunity to buy in Spain at 80% off, and later in Portugal, thanks to the fallout from the great Euro crisis. And then by 2014, 2015, opportunity was being created in places like Los Cabos, Mexico, where I'm talking to you now, as a great transformation and a major path of progress event rolled through. So I took that 2008 moment when I guess I felt I could be of maximum service, you know, initially to friends and family, and then we opened it up to a broader audience and offered subscription opportunities to join Real Estate Trend Alert. And the beauty about opening up this community and, you know, inviting subscribers in is that not only was I able to share my findings and my research with them, but together we could club together and create group buying power. So now when I went out to negotiate a pricing with a developer, I'm not just negotiating on my own behalf to buy, you know, a low multiple number of units. Now I'm negotiating on behalf of this group. So when I sit down with a developer, you know, I have the leverage that, say, for example, a hedge fund might have. So we're all little guys. Each one of us individually buys our own properties. But what I bring to the table when I sit down with developers on all our behalf is that big group buying power. So the advantages for members is that not only do they get to kind of piggyback my travel and research and my team's extensive travel and research. You know, we spend in excess of $1 million a year just putting all those various pieces together. When you add up all the costs of the legals, the travel, the team research, the whole thing. So not only do they get to leverage the research, but the real kicker and the big benefit is that we then have this group buying power. So RETA members get the reports, which they can take and they can action and find their own deals if they want to, or else they can participate in deals that that I negotiate and where we benefit from our group buying power. And that means big discounts, discounts like $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 on launch pricing, direct from developers, and we get access to the best developers with the best inventory. So it means we get to cherry pick. We get to work with the best developers, find the best projects, and negotiate significant discounts on that. So this group buying power, this is just the key thing that I guess transforms a RITA subscription from an actionable research and reports service to a thing where you get the benefit of what I would call hedge fund level group discounts and negotiating. And, we buy as individuals, but we get the access, we get the benefits of that big group discounts.